Hey guys, it's Autumn, and I'm back at it with another video. Man, I really sound like one of those basic YouTubers. What am I doing? But anyways, I hope your day is good. My day is alright. If you haven't seen from my last video, I was talking about how I wouldn't be wearing any makeup, and I'm just trying to get used to loving myself again from scratch and naturally as I was made. This is my face. I think I'm beautiful. I'm starting to like how I look more. Ignore the ruffles in the back. Yeah, but in this video I wanted to talk about OCD, the OCD I deal with and suffer from. I don't like saying suffer, that sounds so dark, but suffer from, and different types of OCD. So I have this handy diagram here, and so I guess the best way for me to explain how my OCD works is I suffer and deal with intrusive thoughts and like kind of checking. So I drew this is a brain, and so you have normal thoughts and intrusive thoughts passing through. The normal thoughts get through the brain. The intrusive thoughts, they get stuck. They get stuck here and they stay here, and I basically overthink everything and convince myself that I'm going to do that thing or I am that person, and then I lock myself up in my room or wherever I'm at and I isolate myself from everybody because I've convinced myself that I am that person, that I'm going to do that to someone, to myself, and I don't talk to people for days, and the depression just goes really bad. So that's just a really quick and easy synopsis of what the truth actually is. The truth is much more real than that. When I feel this way, since this channel is going to be honest, I do want to commit suicide. I don't know how to help myself. I end up not eating, not sleeping, going through manic episodes, and just it's a big cycle. The ways that I get myself out of it is by forcing myself to have, a steady schedule, going to sleep early, telling myself in my head that I'm not those things, and learning to love myself and knowing my worth and being like, you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And I've looked up videos on how to deal with it, but it can be very debilitating sometimes. All the time, actually. It can be really, really hard, and you can't really tell people about it if you're ashamed of the thoughts. I'm still not even going to tell people what the thoughts are unless I know this is really going to help somebody who's dealing with the same thing as me. Then yes, I will say what they have been, but for now, this is something I'm still struggling with and learning to get better with. It comes with this acceptance, but also I don't want to deal with it anymore, so I'm going to be looking into therapy soon. So yeah, intrusive thoughts, they are not fun. They're not fun. There are other types of OCD, which is the contamination and the hand washing, the checking, and just like the taboo thoughts. I'm not sure if there's any more types of OCD. There probably is, but those are the ones that I'm familiar with. The best way that I get myself out of this loop and rumination is to remember who I was before the thoughts started happening, and to look at like the thoughts more as like an analyzer than attaching a feeling to every thought I have. Learning to let it go. Learning that I'm not going to do this thing. This is not who I am. I am control over myself, not my thoughts, and that it's going to be okay. But it can be very, very difficult, and if you don't understand this, then people can be very judgmental, and that's why there's a fear of opening up even to a therapist, because you feel so disgusted with yourself in the first place. They're like, I'm not going to share this with anybody ever, and then you realize that, you want to kill yourself, and you're like, I need to share this with somebody. And I'm saying all this with a smile, but this experience has not been that way at all. I'm just saying it flat out because I'm not the kind of person that's gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, I wanted to end my life before, such a shock. Like, no, this is normal, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't, but we need to be real here. This is normal. And people every day are committing suicide because we're not getting the help that we need. I don't think that we should have to pay for my own mental health. And if you don't have insurance, then you better save up. Like, it's unfair, and it pisses me off. And by the time you can afford insurance, like, I can thankfully, you know, I have insurance. I'm under my parents. I'm already too exhausted to go up there and do it. I'm just like, I've learned to be my own therapist. I don't want to like go through with this, but I know that I'm not a therapist, and I still need to go through with this, because this is really going to help me, and this is this journey that I want you guys to be a part of. But I also want to be there for people struggling with similar things, because this is not fun, but this is temporary. Your thoughts don't get to define you. You get to define you. And I can't express enough how important therapy is. I haven't even fully started therapy. I had like one session, and then after that I couldn't afford it, because even with insurance it was expensive. So I'm looking into a different therapist. So yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be very rough. You know, the best thing I could say to someone dealing with intrusive thoughts, OCD, I'm not a therapist, but since I experience this every single day and I'm still here, and I'm living proof that it gets better, is that you are not your thoughts. And I need you to find a way to love yourself and get in your head and just really realize, really tell yourself, I'm going to allow these thoughts to pass through. I don't like these thoughts. Just because I allow these thoughts to pass through doesn't mean I'm okay with these thoughts. Okay? It's okay to let go. OCD is a control thing.